Welcome to CPC TV on our ongoing coverage on Canadian federal election. Today we have invited our fellow Member of Parliament from Liberal Party of Canada, Mrs. Ruby Sota, to our studio. We will discuss with her regarding her strategies and ongoing campaign. Welcome, Mrs. Ruby ji.
Hello, thank you for having me on your program. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, so as we are less than a week away from a very important day of our Canadian federal election, so how's your experiences on ongoing campaign and how you are moving ahead?
Hi, the experience has been great. I was originally thinking that it would be difficult to manage an election during this time. But many people have been really eager to speak to us at the doors. Door knocking was one of my main concerns because that's what I enjoy the most. I like to see people personally at the door. I like to talk to people face to face. And so during the pandemic, it was a little bit hard because we had to do everything virtually. But following safety protocols, wearing a mask, making sure we keep our distance from people at the door, they've been very comfortable coming out, sharing their thoughts. And I think it's been a long time since somebody's really been at their door. So they're also welcoming that because they have so much to say.
So what are the takeaways you have till date, the campaign you have initiated with your volunteers might be reporting back to you. So what are the takeaways till date?
Yeah, the takeaways are that most people want a representative that they can get access to. That's first and foremost. I mean, every door you go to, they want to be able to see their representative. They want to know that you're somebody who they can walk into your office later on. They can raise any concerns and issues that you'll listen to them. I think that's first and foremost. After that, the big policy issues are very important to them. Affordability, making sure their kids have a good future, making sure they have a secure job. I think those are really important issues. And then, of course, there is a huge segment of my riding that brings up the environment, making sure that we're doing our part.
So, just a specific one question: how you find the people who are responding to your door knocking, and so they are ready to participate in the election?
Yes, we've had the higher numbers in advance voting already than we've seen before. So you've even heard the national news, even across Canada. We've had pretty high numbers of advance voting. I haven't seen yesterday's numbers yet, so I know there were lineups at one of my advanced polling stations at night of people wanting to go and wanting to vote. We thought mail-in ballot was going to be the most popular this time around. It's more popular than ever before in my riding, but still not as used as we thought. There's still a lot of people who want to actually go themselves in person and go and vote. And I think also people are used to doing their groceries. They're used to, doing some tasks throughout their day. And so as long as safety measures are there, they know that everyone has to wear a mask going in. The pencils that are there are disposable. Everything is getting sanitized. Most people have been raised the concern that they don't feel safe.
So you have successfully represented your Brampton North riding. So going forward, so if you become successful again, and we wish you a good luck on that. So what are the major agenda for your constituency you are bringing into while sitting in Ottawa?
Well, we want to continue going forward. That is the main thing. We've made so much progress that we don't want to see, the Conservative Party come in and cut things and take us backwards again. We've invested so much in infrastructure here in the city of Brampton. Every project that has come to us has been funded by the federal government. We're electrifying our whole fleet of buses. So we've given funding for 450 electric buses in Brampton. The downtown core is finally going to start being built up because it was on a floodplain, and so we weren't able to build on a lot of areas in Brampton. So that is being taken care of through federal funding as well. And there's so much more as well. So we want to continue working with the city on that, and we also want to help improve our healthcare system. We know there's a shortage of doctors. There is some misunderstanding when it comes to healthcare. When we fund things when it comes to healthcare, we fund the province from the federal level. We don't fund cities or specific hospitals. It's up to the province to understand where the need is and fund accordingly. So, according to our platform, we are funding the most healthcare transfer compared to the Conservatives. You can see that we're actually contributing more to the province of Ontario, and that should have an effect on the Peel region. We're also going to give them funding for hiring 5,700 more nurses and doctors, and also 50,000 more PSWs. That's really important. We've seen in this pandemic that so many seniors need that help and support at home or in nursing homes as well. We have a major shortage. So I think those areas are really important, and especially in the Peel region, we have a growing population. They want infrastructure, they want transit, they want to make sure that their health is first and foremost taken care of, and they also want to make sure their children have a good opportunity. So we're also cutting interest on federal student loans permanently moving forward. This is going to be a huge help for our young people. Interest was a huge part of federal loans, and now there will be no more interest. So we did that during the pandemic, but we're going to make that permanent.
So regarding out of all those issues you mentioned, I think as a Bramptonian, we should be more, I think, requiring on the healthcare side. So I think most of the steps you have already been in planning or took, and we wish that all these things can come up and you negotiate properly with the province of Ontario, like after the federal budget is allocated. So please do consider. So anything,
Absolutely.
yeah, anything you want to say to your people of your riding as well as the people of whole Brampton, then people of whole Canada. So just
Yeah.
can what you want to give the message.
Yeah, I want to thank you and the entire media for giving us all an opportunity to put out our policies and platforms. Everyone can take a look at our whole platform. It's completely costed, meaning there's assigned allocation of funds and the benefit that comes out of those funds there for you. And no other party has done that fully on their platforms. So our platform is the most transparent. I urge all of your listeners to take a close look. When it comes to healthcare, I know it is a big issue, but I will be your voice. I will advocate for the province to give to Brampton, to give to Mississauga as well. But you also have to ask the question why the province is not giving us the fair share. They're getting more money than any other province. We keep increasing those transfers to Ontario. They should be making sure that Brampton is getting its fair share. So the direct link to what Brampton gets is at the provincial Ontario level. And so when they have their election next June, I know that people will be asking them this question because I'm hearing it at the doors every day. And the final thing I'll say is that September 20th is election day. Please go out and vote. The voting stations are a little different. Don't just go to the same place you're used to going. Make sure you check online at elections.ca where you're supposed to vote. Or if you got your voter identification card, you can check on there and go to the appropriate voting station because there have been some changes this year.
Thank you, Ms. Ruby, for giving your valuable time to CPC TV. We will be connecting with you in near future also, and we wish you a good luck for your election campaign.
Thank you so much. Such a pleasure being on.